Welcome to my channel. My name is Alessandro Frasali. Today I'm going to chat to one of my friends who is incredibly talented. She's put on her own one-woman show, is about to run it for the second time, and I thought that I would bring her onto this channel so that we could talk about how you can put on your own one-woman or one-man show. I think I'd like to know a little bit about the show that's coming up.
Okay.
Tell me about it. What is it?
Well, it's a one-woman show that I've written. I've already performed it once at Melbourne International Comedy Festival, and it went pretty well. I enjoyed it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically it's a mix of stand-up, sketch, storytelling, and weird character things. That I've written. It's called It's Not Funny, so it's inspired by things in my life that are typically not funny, but then I've made them into jokes and stuff like that.
Cool. Why a one-woman show? Like, why one person?
It's one of those things that I didn't think about it until after I did it. So it wasn't like I was like I don't want to work with anybody. I just want it to be me. It was just that I just wanted to do it. And then afterwards, I think back on it and I think I'm really glad that I just did a one-woman show because it's very rewarding. Also just in the performance, it's very rewarding, it's very exciting, and it feels really good. And then also in the preparation and the planning and the writing and everything, it's kind of convenient because I don't have to rely on anybody else. I can just write in my own time and rehearse in my own time, which is awesome. There's a lot of downsides to it as well. Obviously, like there's something quite nice about working with other people and sharing the joy and also sharing the load. There's a lot to do on my own. But yeah, the payoff is pretty high.
Hmm. Do you think it would have been easier to do it with other people?
In a way, like in some ways yes, some ways no. I don't think it's a flat out answer. I think the things like the production side of it and sharing the load in terms of tasks and also just promoting to a wider lot of people, because obviously I have my circle that I promote to, which I'm trying to expand. But if you have lots of people, you can promote to lots of circles. And also, yeah, just sharing the load in terms of the work that goes into it. That's from more of a production side of it. It would have been easier. Then from a creative side, it is nice to have people to bounce ideas off of and that sort of thing. But the nature of the show is that it's about me. So if I was to do it with somebody else, it would be a whole different show. I wouldn't force somebody to do a show about me with me. That'd be weird.
I mean, unless it was about you and somebody else, I guess.
Exactly.
Not just like, and you're going to play different parts of my psyche.
Yeah, basically. That would be very
Be a bit
strange.
weird. Okay, so how did you go about doing it? Like, what was the process for you?
So firstly I met with my good friend Alessandro and he motivated me to actually get off my ass and do it, which was really nice.
No, but that idea was there before
Yeah.
I said anything.
Yeah. It's always been an idea in my head. I think seeing other people doing it, like doing their own shows, and I get a lot of joy from being an audience member in those shows. And I get joy from watching it, but I also get like this is going to sound a bit weird maybe, I get joy from like watching the content like you do as an audience member in something that you enjoy, but I get a lot of joy from watching this person on stage, like watching them do their job and killing it and doing really well at it, and that really inspires me and makes me feel like excited and like really antsy to do something. At last Fringe Festival, so a year ago from now, I had a role in a sketch show which was really fun, called Best County.
Mm-hmm.
And it was amazing.
It was.
But thank you. But I really loved being a part of it, and being able to act in it, but part of me just really wanted to do all the other bits as well.
Maybe have more control.
Yeah,
things that you can't
exactly.
control.
Yeah, and yeah, just more there's a lot more reward that comes out of being involved in all of it, I think. So yeah, I had the idea just after doing that Fringe Festival to make my own show.
So let's say you've got somebody who wants to do their own show. They have an awesome idea. What do they do then?
Good question.
Like
They write the show.
they write. Okay, so it's writing the show first.
Yeah, and not necessarily like. If I found it easier, this is my process anyway, to not try and write the whole show, like not try and build the whole house at once, like just work on the foundation first. So you figure out what your idea is and sort of block it out a bit and pinpoint the individual ideas within it. And then I just started writing at a certain point within there. Like I think I started somewhere in the middle and I just wrote this one bit and then wrote another bit and then kind of pieced them together.
That's really interesting as a process, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think to how I'm writing, like, and I just can't write unless I'm starting from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I like next bit, then next bit, then next
but
bit.
yours is more of a narrative, I would say, whereas mine isn't necessarily a through narrative. It's kind of like, it's more like, if you watch it, some people will find more of a narrative than others. But it's a series of jokes or a series of bits or sketches or whatever that I've pieced together.
So practically, step by step, once you had the script, like what did you do then? And so, for example, if somebody did want to do their own show, like what were the things that you would tell them that they would have to do in order to get it up off the ground?
I just started rehearsing it in my lounge room, basically, once I had it ready. One thing that I did do, which helped me a lot in the process, so I hadn't finished writing it yet, but I had a spot in a variety show called Family at the Improv Conspiracy, and then the point of the spot was to do a bit from my show to promote my show before the comedy festival. But when I agreed to it, I hadn't written anything yet. So one thing that I do suggest is lock in deadlines that you can't avoid so that you have to do something. Because when you're working just for yourself, then it's really easy to forgo deadlines and to procrastinate.
Was it difficult to get a spot to actually perform or things like that? Like, how did that happen?
Do you mean in the festival?
Yeah. So, like, what's the process of actually even getting into the comedy festival?
So for comedy festival, for all festivals, really, you just apply, I guess, or you register. It's not really applying. But for the festivals, so the process is that you have to have, anyone can apply, but you have to have a venue in order to apply.
Okay.
So the selection process comes before the application of like finding a venue. And basically when I started, I just emailed a whole lot of venues and said, this is what I want to do. Can I do it?
Yeah, cool.
And of about 10 or 12 venues that I emailed, 2 got back to me. And one of them was the one that I ended up going with.
Great.
Which was a really good one.
So do you think it's paramount for people that maybe want to do their own one-woman show to have a director, to have somebody else there to check on them?
Yeah, I think everybody's different. Like, everybody works in a different way. But I do feel I needed somebody there. And like you say, I've done it all on my own, but I haven't. It hasn't just been me. Like, Hayley's been there helping me every step of the way. And I've got a lot of sort of support from other friends and peers and whatever. But yeah, I think it doesn't necessarily need to be a director or anything like that, but I think you do need somebody there to sort of check in on what you're doing and bounce ideas off. Because that's the main thing that you lack when you're working on your own, is somebody to bounce your ideas off of and make things pop and know whether things are actually working or not. So in that sense, I think you need somebody to check in on you. I don't think it's a good idea to do it completely alone.
What advice would you give to anyone that wants to start their own show?
Just do it.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. It's my best advice.
It's literally what I would have said.
Exactly. Stop, just because this is what you said to me when I was procrastinating about it, when I had this idea, and you said to me, just do it. And that's what it took for me to literally just do it. Like, stop, like nothing is going to make it any easier. It's on you to just
no one's going to make it for you.
Exactly.
No one's going to go, you know what? I know nothing about you.
Yeah.
You've done nothing. And yet, I have a feeling that you have a show. Do you have a show?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, let's put it on.
Exactly.
I'll do all the work. I'll find
write
the venue.
It for you. It's just not going to happen.
You can direct it. I'll even pay you. Yeah.
How nice would that be?
I don't know. Would it?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing is, like, it's a really hard slog, and like I've got very stressed and anxious, but the payoff is like
it's enormous.
So big, yeah.
It's
I
enormous.
felt so proud after Comedy Festival.
And you should be like, that's the brilliance of it. And I almost think it's like cheating in life if you were to get given that.
Yeah.
You know, like you just wouldn't
It wouldn't feel the same.
feel it. You just
Yeah.
like, that's why we got brats, celebrity brats that don't, because they just haven't been, you know, I think I'd be the same. If I just got given everything that I wanted, it'd be like,
Yeah. Thanks.
so, okay, tell me about, it's on now.
Yeah,
Right?
it starts next week.
Next
Opens
week.
on Thursday the 20th.
Thursday the 20th.
Of September and runs till the 28th
Mm-hmm.
at 7:15 p.m.
Oof.
at Pilgrim Bar,
Pilgrim Bar.
which is down on Federation Wharf.
You heard
down
it first, Pilgrim Bar.
from Pilgrim Bar.
Okay, so would you do your own show again after this?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually thinking about what to do next at the moment because for some reason all of the festivals overlap with their bloody like registration dates, so like you'll be balls deep in a festival and then have to think about what you're going to sign up for the next one. So I am thinking about it. I'm not sure what exactly yet.
Yeah.
I want to do something. I want to do another one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure what.
Okay. And what would you do differently?
Yeah. I don't know yet. What would I do differently? I'm definitely learning as I go. Like I'm implementing things this time from things that I learnt in the first festival. And then in terms of the producing side of it, I think I'd probably like get a little bit more help with that because it's a lot to do on your own. I also advise like being quite clear about the two different hats that you're wearing because there's more than two, but there's the creative one and the business one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I could do better at setting time aside for each one more specifically and more early on.
Yeah, and I think the thing is as well, like, it's funny because we always want a producer or someone to help us with our projects and things like that. But like, I think maybe the only way that we can move forward is just by preparing ourselves and becoming the producer we want.
Yeah.
You know.
True.
And then, like, I know how you say you need to set more time. I think even for your next one, if you don't have a producer, you'd be a better producer for it.
Yeah, true.
You know, so
Yeah.
that's the good thing about that. Well, that's wonderful. I think everyone should go and see your show.
Thank you.
I unfortunately was overseas last time,
Yeah.
so this time I will be there
You'll be there twice.
with bells on.
Yay.
Yeah, I will have bells.
Excellent. I hope you do. I'll incorporate it somehow.
Imagine if I came there with bells.
Yeah, please do. I'm serious. You better bring bells.
All right, I'll try.
You'll be in the river if you don't.
Thank you so much for watching my interview with Fiannah de Rue. If you want to find out more about her show and her in general, I have linked all the links that you will need in the description below. Otherwise, if you have even the slightest creative bone in your body, click subscribe because I honestly believe that this channel can help you out. And if it's not going to help you out, click subscribe anyway because I'm such a likable guy. I can't even say that with a straight face. Anyway, I will see you next time.